Hey, welcome back to another episode of the Evolved Dad Shortcast. Today I want to talk about shiny object syndrome. So, last episode we discussed potholes and how our journey in life is full of them. Whether we trip over something or something messes us up, throws us for a loop, whatever it may be, we're going to have our downfalls, but it's important that we just stand back up. Now, sometimes what causes those downfalls is what many refer to as shiny object syndrome, where we're doing something and then all of a sudden we see or come across an idea, a concept, or whatever it may be, and we veer off our path. We totally neglect the fact that we've been focusing on this one thing and without thought, just run towards something else. And we totally blow up whatever we were doing. Not cool. Not cool at all. And as dads, not only is this important as far as what you're doing for yourself, for your life, all that stuff, but it's also important to think about this when it comes to your wife. There are many guys out there that have shiny object syndrome when it comes to women. So today I want to address what you can do when you have shiny object syndrome, whether it's something that you're chasing down in life and you're trying to accomplish, whether it's with your wife, whether it's your job, whatever it may be. I'm going to give you a rundown on what you can do to ward off shiny object syndrome. This is something that I do, and it probably would have been really awesome if I would have implemented this earlier in my life. I'm sure that it would have changed many things, be it as it may. This is where we are. So now's the time to take on to conquer the shiny object syndrome so it no longer causes you damage. So think of one thing that you're looking to accomplish, whatever it may be. Maybe you're looking to do a workout and you want to start getting in shape. Let's say you're trying to go for a higher paying job. You want to start something on your own. Whatever it is, I want you to choose something and keep that in mind for this podcast. When you start down a road of whether it's setting a goal, looking to accomplish something, getting married, having kids, anything that is of any sort of significance to you, the first thing that you have to do is think through what you're doing before you jump into making those decisions. Because in the moment we get excited and we get all full of emotions to go start a new thing, but we're not really thinking about what we're doing. And if you don't take the time to think about it now before you start, it's just going to be that much harder later. So the concept is you sit down, write down what you're doing, and write down why you're doing it. Write down a few reasons why you think this is what you should be going after. Write down what your long term goals are. You need to build a big picture over here. So, the way this works is you're going to have that written down on a piece of paper. You're not going to type it up, you're going to write it down. There's a tremendous power of writing on paper, which maybe I'll discuss in another podcast episode. It's crucial. It's crucial that you write it down. Don't write it down. Don't type it up. Write it down by hand. The next thing you're going to do, you may want to take a copy of it, take a picture of it, whatever it is, just in case it gets misplaced. But I want you to keep it somewhere where you know this thing is. Pretend this is $10,000. Don't lose it. That's what it comes down to. Because down the road, you are going to need to reference it. And if you feel comfortable enough, I want you to keep this on the wall or maybe by your desk where you're going to see it every day. And the reason for that is the more that you keep this in your mind, why you're doing it, what those reasons are, what your expectations are, the more you're going to be able to continue on with it. So, taking a step back, let's go back to what I spoke about earlier. When this comes to your marriage, even if you didn't do this when you first got married, I want you to take some time today to sit down and write down, what was it that attracted you to your wife? What was it that got you excited to move forward? There's some sort of a connection. What was it? And hopefully you had some sort of thought process going into it. But if you didn't, write it down anyways. See what you can come up with. Sometimes there wasn't enough of a thought process to begin with. It was just instinct, or it was the moment, whatever it is. And you may need to draft something now. That's fine. But the concept is, you're going to have bad days. You're going to have hard days. You're going to have shiny object syndrome. This is going to be your lifeline. This is going to be what's going to help pull you away from doing something that you're going to regret down the line. Whether that means chasing after another woman, or whether that means going after and not pursuing that original thought process of a new career. Whatever it may be, this is how you're going to prepare yourself. Because when success is important enough to you, which hopefully it's important enough to you, I know success to me, it's what it's all about. I look to do better every day. 1%, 2%, whatever percentage you want to put to it. I want to do better every single day. And I hold myself to it. Am I doing everything better every day? No. Do I have setbacks? Of course, I'm human. And I know that. And I appreciate that. I'm not going to get all my workouts done every single day consecutively. But you know what? Over time, the gains that I'm going to have, even though I missed out on those other times where I didn't get the workouts done, are so much more significant than if I would have given up and gone to something else. When it comes to workouts, you have shiny object syndrome every single day. This workout, don't do this workout, do the other. When you write it down, there is no other option. Unless this is something that you sit and think through and make a calculated decision, preferably with somebody else that could actually make sure that you're talking sense and you're not just trying to talk yourself into walking off this road. You're going to stick to it. If there's reason to change, valid reason, go ahead, change. But keep your big picture goal in mind. Don't ever lose sight of that. So I want to encourage you to take the time today, both for why you got married or what you love about your wife now. Write those things down. What's your big picture goals that you and your wife share? Write down as much as you can. And I want you to keep that handy. And I want you to do the same for any goal that you have. Whether that's starting a new side business, starting a full-time business, becoming an entrepreneur, a workout, maybe developing something where you could have a bigger picture backyard game. I don't know, whatever it may be. But I want you to take that time today, sit down and write this down, and hold on to that. I want to thank you for spending your time with me today. I really mean this. It means a lot to me. But don't forget, commit to making those changes today. Resolve to evolve. This is Jonathan, the Evolved Dad, signing off.